Well, YouTube family, I think this means that Elisia's overgrown her room that she's delegated to soap making, and now she's taking over our pantry. Soon she'll be taking over our living room. She has already taken over our kitchen. I am now in the kitchen doing shipping and receiving. So I don't know what rooms are left to do, but we are redoing the pantry. It is gonna look better than ever.
Okay, so before any of you have a heart attack that I painted over the sunflowers, we truly, in just about 6 weeks of running Atlantic Soap and Tallow, have already outgrown our soap lab. And you're probably wondering, how is that possible? But the reality is that when you're working in soap making and making tallow and different types of things that have oils and ingredients, you are not only making a mess on your table spaces, but definitely making enough of a mess that you aren't going to then do packaging and shipping, receiving, and printing and all of your designing on top of those workspaces. So ideally what we need is a building that we can expand to. We do own one. A lot of you are like, Elysia, use Little Blue, move it to this property. The cost to move our building would probably be in excess of $10,000 plus permits and everything to have here on this property. And where would we put it? So many logistics that we truly don't have time to figure out at this exact moment. Maybe one day, maybe we might actually just need a whole warehouse building somewhere, maybe even on this property one day. But for right now, and for the foreseeable, like 6 months to a year, I want to be right here on property with my family and my animals. So we are revamping the pantry space. This is so much square footage that we truly don't use. So we're gonna totally revamp this space. You can see from behind me while we're working in this video that we've taken out all of the shelving that we built on that side, which really wasn't that functional now that we're doing this. We added a different type of faucet so we could do all of our washing for Atlantic Soap and Tallow here in the pantry. I'll show you. I installed it yesterday. Super inexpensive. Again, showing you that we're doing our business on a budget. We're using what we have. Why have more overhead for no reason? Okay, so this is the part where I'm like, yay, I have the best husband in the world, because he's gonna put together a whole shopping list of IKEA shelving that we got.
Yeah, why have overhead when you're over your head?
We need to be able to have two different workspaces. So this workspace in this room is going to be for packing all of our orders. All of our finished, ready labeled, ready to ship out products will be organized on the shelving in this room.
Yeah.
We're gonna have big work tables. We have carts for all of our labeling. Our printer and everything will be in here. This is going to be a spot that when everything is done, it goes in here, and then we literally pack and do everything that's final stages in this room. So this room's gonna be like clean, fresh, cozy, organized, functional, and leave all the mess of like soap making and creating in the soap lab room, which you know was the original large banquet sized dining room. Who eats? We don't eat in a dining room, and especially now that our kitchen's the far side of the house, it's like 2 rooms over. It would be so silly for that to actually be a dining room. So we eat in our eat-in kitchen part.
Yeah.
Except for currently over the last 6 weeks, no one's eaten at the kitchen table because I've taken over the eat-in kitchen, the whole front hallway with boxes and labeling and shipping, and the whole soap lab.
Yeah, we're all, this is what you gotta do.
So, you know what? They always say, you hear on things like the Dragon's Den, a lot of you keep referencing that, like, you know, you start in your basement on a table.
Yeah.
We started in that soap lab, and already 6 weeks in, and we are running out of room. So.
Oh yeah, we're totally ran out of room. So we went from just making a few soaps to 100 soaps. So we're making thousands of soaps right now, and tallow. Lots of tallow is going out.
And we have new things coming out. We need more room.
We need more room, and so I think this is a positive progression that's happening for us. It's a good problem to have.
Yeah, we're definitely not complaining. I think
But this beard, holy.
Also, I think this is the first look of us like in our 40s here. So like, let's take a look. We both lost a fight, as Philip mentioned, with an eyesight chart. So here we are.
Oh, I look so old.
Don't look back at our beginning videos where we're 10 years younger and a little less gray. By the way, I also lost a fight with the $12 box of hair dye because
Yeah.
I couldn't do it. Okay, so sunflower wall that I know everyone loves. I know you all love it. It's been up for a couple years now. It's beautiful. It's great. I just want this room to be like fresh, minimalist, clean, simple. So sunflower wall, I know you all love it, but it's going today. Philip's gonna get started on building all of the boxes.
We're gonna transform this room.
This room's gonna get
It's not gonna look the
transformed.
same.
It's a rainy day, so let's get at her. Philip's working on shelf 1 of 7.
Oh my gosh.
And then we have a couple of tables and a cart and a few chairs to put together. But it's going to be amazing to have the space. So we're going to work our way through this rainy day. It's pouring rain outside. Absolutely needing the rain. So it's a perfect day to build some shelving. I also have a large cube freezer in this space, and right now it is currently filled with hundreds of pounds of tallow, beef suet to be rendered into tallow. And so it's imperative that we have this deep freezer. The only thing we keep in this freezer is the materials that we need to make our tallow products. None of our food or anything like that is stored in that at all. So it's just a nice clean space where there's no, nothing extra. We want to keep everything that we're using for business completely separate for what we're using from the house, which is why we have a specific fridge in the soap lab for things like our goat milk and our ingredients that go into our soap making. And then we can cool all of our rendered tallow in that fridge. And then we're just using the cube freezer in here to actually store all the beef suet. I think that this freezer will end up in the soap lab in the corner where it's out of the way. And then because I don't have to open it every single day, I'm opening it every few days or so, I could put a little countertop piece on top to have it another little workstation, as long as it's easy to move off and nothing's like permanently there. So I think we'll get it out of this room so that we have more room in here for shelving, because it's really shelving that I need the most of. Shelving space is the only way that I can keep all of my products in inventory organized. And so this is going to be so nice.
We chose black. Wasn't our first choice, but it was our only choice. I mean, there was another choice too. There was like a deep wood, fake wood.
So Philip's making sure that all the pegs are in right now so that the shelves can go level. It's like an optical illusion. When you're looking at one side, you think they're level, and then you go put the shelf on and your shelf is like this. Yeah, you did it level the first time. So we actually were going to get white Billy bookcases, and you've seen me use the Billy bookcases in the other room. We already had a couple white ones, which I'm just using. Again, we just always use what we have. And they were already white. And it fits one of my soap loaves, which makes 10 bars, perfectly from front to back and the depth of these Billy bookcase shelves. And I had looked at getting what a lot of soap makers use is a stainless steel baker's rack that the trays go on. And most of the rolling racks hold about 20 trays. Just the rack itself would be anywhere between $500 and $1,000, and that does not include any of the trays. And I would need 20 of the large 18 by 24 inch trays to fill one rack. And that's not gonna give me, it's gonna give me a lot more storage than I already have, but for the price per kind of square inch of storage is way not in the budget of what I want to spend as a beginning business. Down the road, if we want to do some like investments into some of the structural stuff that we need for like infrastructure of the business, then that's fine, but we're just getting started. So the most economical way for me to have the best storage was to go to IKEA. And honestly, we love going to IKEA. It's kind of like our go-to spot. Everything we've ever bought at IKEA has lasted. And you can kind of get like whatever your vibe is. If you want white or you want black or you want wood tone, you can kind of get something to fit pretty much every house. Whether you like new or old, it's something you can incorporate. And so I think it's going to be great. So we ended up with black because they didn't have all of the sizes that we needed in white. And so we just went with like straight all black ones, which I think will be fine to have a different atmosphere in this room than in the soap lab. And I agree with Philip. I think our finished products, especially with our black and white labeling on everything, is going to look like pop on these black shelves. Like, I think it's just a new vibe. We're both really liking black accents, and I know that you're not going to believe me, but I am spray painting over some gold hardware today in this room. So if that tells you anything, but I am going to show you the new faucet we got because it's super cool. And although this might seem like an IKEA ad, it's not. But if you've not gone to IKEA, there's affordable shelving. These were $90 a shelf, and we needed 5 shelves, so I'm getting ample space for my money in comparison to buying one of those baker's racks. So this was the best way for us to be as budget friendly as possible.
I think we did get a little bit on sale too, didn't we?
Yeah, that was the sale price for them because they originally were more, which is why we kind of went to get them now, because I knew I needed them for sure by the new year as we kind of grow here. But the sale was now, so it made no sense to wait another month and a half until after Christmas to get them. We need to get situated now before the new year comes, because it will be such a nice refresh of the new year to know that we have our space all figured out for both of our areas for working on Atlantic Soap and Tallow. Because right now we have a 25% off site-wide sale and you guys are buying orders like crazy and I need to be able to keep up with everything. Like yesterday, I made 300 soaps, but those 300 soaps can't be sold yet because they cure for 4 to 6 weeks. So I need to be continually making product and it needs somewhere to sit and cure and get ready for everyone. So Soap Lab in there, things will cure and be ready. When things are ready and able to be sold, they'll come on these shelves in here where we'll shop our shelves here to pack up your orders and get them out to you. So I think this is gonna be great. So we have more building, and then we also bought some tables and stuff for in here too. So I'm gonna start putting that stuff together. I'm just getting another coat on this back wall here, and then on the cabinets, we're doing a ferro and ball color on there. I did have them green for a very short time, but I didn't love it, so it needed to be painted over anyways. And this is a work in progress, getting painting over the sunflowers, because obviously the color really pops through because of the white. So currently I am painting the cabinets and I'm just about to finish painting all up in here. This is the second coat on the cabinets. We did have just a couple of them painted green just to try it and see if we liked it. And we did not really, we literally did not like it. It was not the vibe in here. So I really do just like this neutral color. We still have some sort of like patchwork and things to do obviously in here. And I know, as many of you have commented, we don't have the ceiling done yet. It's not happening right now, so don't worry about that right now. But we are working on this portion right here and then obviously getting the rest of this wall all done. This freezer needs to get out of here before Philip makes his way down the wall here. And we're gonna put some insulation and cover this window because our shelving is gonna go all the way down. And before you're thinking, we're not gonna have any natural light coming from right there, that is where a wood pile is and really no light comes in there. And I usually have blinds up anyways. So I'd rather have the shelf space. I'm gonna go out and spray paint the handles for these cabinets. So when they're dry, I can put the handles on. We're just about to stand up the second shelf. You forget when it's really easy to shop at IKEA and then you forget that you have to put it all together when you get home. You literally, you're like, oh, you know what? Let's get 5 and then let's get 2 of the narrow ones and we'll like do the whole L. It'll be so much shelving. And then you get it home and you're like, oh, I have to unload that. I have to get that from the truck into the house and then I gotta put it together. So word of advice, don't get more shelving than you're willing to put together.
Yeah, I love this, and then we have to put it together. We know there's no we. The we is
I'm painting. YouTube family.
The we means me.
I'm painting shelving, I'm preparing hardware, I'm scrubbing baseboards. I'm just like cleaning the utility room because it's not gonna be that anymore. So I'm working. I am also working on watching Philip put the shelf together.
Yeah, me. I said, it's all right. I'm having fun. I'm driving Elysia absolutely bonkers right now.
Okay, next investment for this room is a better light fixture with LED lighting because currently we just have regular incandescent bulbs and they are very yellow looking. So it makes this room a little bit foggy, but that's an easy fix. We're just gonna have to order one online. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be so fun. We'll have to adjust them because I actually don't know how many go down the line till we get to the turn. Like I planned. I did do some girl math, but I didn't do like exact
actual
math. Ooh,
good.
I do like the black though.
Yeah, it looks clean.
Yeah, it looks really clean. And then I got a bunch of these beige colored bins that are gonna go on some of them. So I think that's gonna be nice. It'll match the cabinetry on the other side. Not that everything has to match, it doesn't really matter, but we are going to be doing business stuff in the house.
It doesn't matter?
Well, we're doing business things in the house, so I want it to look
we wake up
good.
in the morning, you're like, what are you wearing? You're wearing black? We need to match. We need to wear the exact same thing.
Aww. Because we're operating business from home, literally a home-based business, I do want it to look nice in here. I don't want it to just look like we've thrown together a space. I want to make sure that it looks nice. Not only do we film what we're working on, and we'll be doing more filming about what we're working on and other renovations in the house, by the way. We're waiting kind of just to get a few things of business settled here so that we can have some time to do a lot of the things that we've been preparing for, like adding runners to the hallway stairway. We've been waiting to add our runner to the stairs. We have not revamped anything on the upstairs hallway that transitions from the staircase into the bathroom. We have work to do in our room. We have a little bit more work to do on the front entry. And then eventually we want to get down to doing some work in the basement. And maybe one day we might even revamp the whole attic into a loft or something. We have room to expand and to do other projects in the house. We also have some other kitchen projects that we've been working on, but we're just not ready to show all that yet. But what we're working on right now is just getting ourselves situated with the business, because in order to be able to obviously do content, we also have to be making revenue. And so the number one priority right now is making sure that we can seamlessly run the business from home, be home with the animals, be home together as a family, and be able to bring in revenue for our family. So our number one thing, bypassing any of the other projects, is making sure we can get spaces like this set up so that we can work as efficiently as possible. But I still want it to look good. I still want to be able to make sure that this doesn't just look like a mess of a space, you know, propped up cardboard boxes as tables. We want to make sure that if it's in the home, that it's, you know, inviting and comforting and going to work for what we need it to. But that's the versatility of being able to just roll with the punches. When we moved here, would have not had any idea that we would eventually be doing this, and really having a lot of the animals we even have on the farm. So many things have evolved since we've lived here, and you just have to roll with the punches and adapt. One of those adaptations is using this room and the soap lab. So we're just going with it. I think it's going to be great. I'm excited. And I get to work with this guy every day. So order from Atlantic Soap and Tallow, because I get to work with him every day.
Oh my gosh.
He's pretty cute. I think I'll keep him. You're not for sale?
Not for sale.
You're not for sale?
Not for sale. You can't, I'm not something you can just keep. You can't just keep me.
23 years, my tactic seems to be working pretty good so far. Pretty sure this Christmas we're 23 years. YouTube family. Okay, so when you're at IKEA, you can actually add additional shelving to these, which I do plan on doing. But again, trying to do everything at the beginning of the stages here on a budget. So I really should get another shelf that will fit in between each of these where you buy the extra shelving, because our soaps, for example, or our tallow jars are only so tall. So I can actually double, if not triple, the amount of square footage I have on shelving if I buy more shelves as we go here. But that's another day. That's for another trip. This is what we wanted to spend in the budget for what we got this time, and we'll just evolve from there. Okay, so we've been building all day. It's getting late. Oh, hi, Finny. Hi, Finfin. We have our corner units here. I started bringing in a few containers I picked up just to make a pathway in the hallway, because we have IKEA packaging down the hallway now. So we have 3 of our corner units here. We're working on insulating and covering the window tonight, so that tomorrow when we put the shelving down this wall, that window is totally sealed, because that bottom part of the window is broken. If you remember, one of the logs, Philip and I had a middle of the night issue bringing wood in one time, and the window broke. And we've always thought that one day we would make that a door. And so to fix it just doesn't make any sense. But for the time being, as I mentioned earlier, this is going to be an Atlantic Soap and Tallow room in the house here. And this just makes the most sense. Nothing we're doing is permanent. So it really doesn't matter if in a year from now we relocate all of the shelving and move it to a big warehouse somewhere, or maybe build a shop on property. We really don't know what the future will hold for what we're working on. So we're making do with what we have as we go. I now have, aside from the big mess going on right here that I'm working on, but I have all of this cabinetry painted here. So I'm just waiting for it to dry so that I can put on the new handles, so I can put the black handles on, and then I can get all of my mess kind of cleaned up, and we'll continue working on. And I'm just about to do another coat on the sunflowers. You can still see them just a little bit, but we're going to keep working our way around. These again are not adhered to the wall yet. They will be bracketed on just to make sure that none of them fall down. I also put together this little black cart, and I'm about to put together a couple of tables, but we'll give you another update tomorrow. So we're going to continue what we're doing with our content. I know you've been thinking that we're a little bit MIA the last couple of weeks while we've gotten all of this started, but please know that working on Atlantic Soap and Tallow means my family can continue to do YouTube. If we can't do a side business and aside from doing YouTube, unfortunately, I know a lot of you have heard from many, many content creators, especially Canadian ones, that the revenue on YouTube is just not working correctly or not working how it was before, and which means that we need to have revenue coming in for our family. And so we've had to take some time and focus on what is best for us. And I know that you know that that's what I will always do for my family. I would love to do YouTube. I want to do YouTube forever and ever more, but I also have to be able to make revenue for my family. If you want to support what we're working on, you can shop AtlanticSoapandTallow.com. You can make sure you're subscribed to our channel, leave a comment on our videos, and honestly, just a positive like on our videos or even hitting that hype button really helps us out to keep us to be able to do what we love doing and seeing our YouTube family every day. So I know that you've been missing us. You want to see more of our animals. The weather has been terrible this last week and a half or so. We're getting everything ready for winter, and aside from not only taking care of our family, all the animals and kids' schoolwork and running our business, we've been absolutely swamped, but I wanted to come on today, show you what we're working on. We'll give you another update tomorrow. Hopefully tonight we can get the rest of this done. I don't think we're gonna lose power, but we're in for some really heavy rain and high winds tonight. So hopefully I can post this video and we don't lose the internet. But I love you. Thank you for being part of today's video. And for everyone who's shopped our shop and who's giving us feedback on how much they love their products so far, it warms my heart. And I'm so thankful for every single one of you who's been able to help us to be able to continue doing what we love. And that's to be here, right here with our YouTube family. So I love you, and I'll see you tomorrow.